This segment of the news is brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
You have farmers here who are able to do it. You have farmers here who have done it, and they are prepared to do it.
That's Karen Shepard, president of the Farmers Association, who says they feel both disrespected and disappointed following the government's decision to accept certain fruits and vegetables from Haiti. The government argues that this would drive down the cost of these items here in the Bahamas, considering they are imported from second and sometimes third countries that purchase them directly from Haiti. But Ms. Shepard questions how the government went ahead with such a deal when farmers have been pushing for a meeting with the Prime Minister in hopes of securing assistance to restore their farms post-Hurricane Matthew.
We realize that, yes, they may not have been able to do as everything was pre-Matthew, but at least if they had at least extended half, we would have been able to be a little bit more on our way. Now that he's gone to Haiti to import items that farmers are well able and capable of producing, quality items, and even probably surpass the quality that's in Haiti, here in the Bahamas, and Bahamian people are anxious to be able to have fruits and vegetables that are grown here in the Bahamas. We have customers every day, asking for items that are grown here in the Bahamas. The only problem that we have had is Hurricane Matthew has devastated the farms.
Ms. Shepard suggested that even if the government couldn't help them, perhaps there could be a provision in some heads of agreements where hotel developers assist farmers financially.
Not because it's farming means that these people don't have business head. They have business head. They want to be able to sit at the table. They know how much their vegetables cost. They know how much time it takes to produce their vegetable. They know the time frame that it's going to be produced and how much they are going to be able to produce every 90 days or every 120 days or even every 12 or 18 months. And so they know exactly their numbers. They know what they need to do. And if they need to step it up, trust me, they'll step it up.
Meantime, the Prime Minister foresees a December 31st deadline to have fruits and vegetables from Haiti directly imported to the Bahamas. Banked up of ideas, ill-prepared to govern, and talk of openness, transparency, and honesty, nothing more than fake news. That pretty much sums up what the PLP supporters heard from party leader Philip Davis last evening in his continued attack on Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis, and this particularly in the wake of last week's signing of a heads of agreement with Florida-based Oban Energies with no environmental impact assessment in hand. It's the same company the Christie administration had hoped to ink a deal with, but pressed the brakes after the company failed to meet certain requirements.
And while we all are praying for Grand Bahama, which needs urgent critical attention, the perception that some jobs were coming with Oban, we all know too well that such jobs will not be immediate. If something was to be salvaged, and we hope to God that something may be salvaged from this deal. In fact, after all the pressure and careful work by the media last week, Oban's website has vanished. Yeah, the website vanished. It's off the internet. That makes the proposal even more suspect.
Mr. Davis went on to roast the Prime Minister for agreeing to import Haitian fruits and vegetables when he has yet to outline the way forward for BAMSI.
This is the same Prime Minister who just a few weeks ago now, you heard this already. This is the same Prime Minister who just a few weeks ago scheduled a meeting. Listen, he scheduled a meeting, He scheduled a meeting with the Bahamian farmers at his office. Then he refused to meet with them.
Yes, sir.
And he ordered them out of his building.
I went through the back door.
And that's what he dashed through the back door and he drove off, leaving our local growers without their concerns being addressed. Now, wait on. I find that very disrespectful. I say he's just disrespecting Bahamian.
The PLP has long started its countdown to regain the government, and to do so, it's begun its consultation and modernizing of the party's constitution. Discussions were held at the branch level last Friday. The 29th Intersessional CARICOM meeting, the ideal forum for local officials to expand on the Bahamas Agriculture, Food and Safety Authority, an agency responsible for overseeing everything that crosses the borders, be it import or export. Now, while the authority was created some time, Agriculture Minister Renwood Wells says it's still in its infancy stage.
We are right now engaged in identifying in the government service and in the private sector the 3 executive directors for the 3 areas of BASFRA, the agricultural director, the veterinarian director, and then the director of food safety. We're also looking for an executive director of BASFRA, and I'm looking forward to, by the time the new budget ensues, that we would have populated that agency with a lot of staff.
The agency also would act as some form of protection.
It's going to really be a border protection agency in many ways. So we're going to have to look at how we integrate that agency with customs and immigration.
Fort Charlotte MP Mark Hume serves as the authority's chairman. Ragged Island is still in desperate need of basic amenities nearly 6 months after being devastated by Hurricane Irma. Area MP Chester Cooper, while addressing the Exuma Chamber of Commerce, said there is a lot more that can be done, as he says the struggle continues in Ragged Island, even though the camera have long left the scene. Cooper pointed out that sometimes he receives a lot of flack from some of his friends in government, seeing as at every opportunity that presents itself, he advocates for the people of Ragged Island, a people he says needs all the advocacy that they can get. There is still no nurse on Ragged Island, still no police, no administration building, no school, and according to Cooper, no immediate plan in sight for full restoration. He says sometimes out of sight is truly out of mind, but he wants to remind everyone that the situation on Ragged Island persists. The Minnesota administration's proposed plan to restore hurricane-ravaged Ragged Island is projected to cost tens of millions of dollars and currently involves the private sector along with international partners. Mr. Cooper has previously lambasted Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis, saying his promise to rebuild the island while at the same time converting it to a real island is amounting to nothing more than empty talk. Stay with us, our final story is up next.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.